Hello, this is Grant, and welcome back to another episode of Dead Rising 1 MasterRun. Today, we're going to be doing a couple things in Paradise Plaza, and right now, we're going to be seeing the start of the bomb collection quest.
Carlito said that he'd blow up the mall if he were cornered.
Damn, we've got a regular suicide bomber on our hands.
Than what you're thinking. The explosion would send parasitic larvae into the atmosphere.
He plans to spread zombies outside of the city? Is he insane?
If that bomb goes off, there'll be nowhere to run. The zombies will be everywhere.
He's planning to flood the area underneath the mall with flammable gas, then set it off. If you could take care of the bombs while the gas concentration is still low.
There's a chance we could stop the explosion. Let's do it.
So, this is one thing that's I think is kind of cool about sending the larvae into the atmosphere, because it only works for Dead Rising's particular case of zombies. Which, like I think I talked in the very first episode, this didn't need to have like this weird bug thing. They could have just made, oh, there's zombies, that's it. Like I could have gone like more of a Silent Hill route. And it's really cool that they didn't. I mean, not the Silent Hill thing, that they didn't just like kind of phone it in and just be like, oh, they're just zombies, you know. Like, you get bitten, you get infected. The fact that they have this kind of unique origin and spreading and stuff, that's really cool to me. I don't know how... That's a lot of gas Carlito's gonna need. I assume he probably just has, like, some kind of gas valve somewhere in the mall that he's just breaking open and leaving it there. I'd assume it'd have to be a gas that's explosive and heavier than air. I don't know what that would be. Not methane. Otherwise, it would just flow out. Unless he has, like, some way to actually, I guess, put it in faster than it would leave. Doesn't seem realistic. But then again, I don't know how much of an explosion you really need. The point isn't to blow up the mall, because I think, well, it's not to destroy the mall, it's to send out the larva and stuff, and probably cover his own tracks. Still. This is my least favorite quest. I hate doing it and going down there. It's just tedious. In fact, here I'm all ready to go out and do it. To resign myself. And then I realize about halfway through that, oh wait, I need to be back for Kent's scoop at noon. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I see it right here. I'm like, oh, I need to go back. This is the one place where it's very important to have the maintenance key, which you can get from down there at any point. But it lets you go in and out. So like here, you can go straight to this car, and you can pick things up. They give you an order to do the bombs in, but it's better if you just find your own way. So here, we're just going to go up here and trigger Kent's scoop. It's very important that you get here early, because if you're late, he's going to take all your items, chain you to the ceiling, and you have to fight him with just your hands. That is a lot harder. In fact, basically it takes place over, I guess, like the kind of fountain bowling ball area outside that music store in this Paradise Plaza. In front of the theater, basically, there's a bunch of lights you can see. And he chains you to those so you can't move around too much, but he still has, like, a gun and kicks you really hard. It's a really tough fight to do like that way. You can get lucky and get like a pistol in the trash can and there's some food, but really you're basically really screwed.
I was just about to shoot my piece de resistance.
So if you're here late, he's basically already done this.
On film, the exact moment that a human being crosses into zombiehood.
So I think Kent's thing is that he sees this, one, that he might be the best photographer ever, and then two, he's in this kind of what's going to become a really famous moment with these zombies and whatnot, and he's the only photographer taking these amazing photos. I don't know who I'd compare it to, but it's like he sees himself as taking the equivalent of like all of these famous like World War II photos or something, where they'll be cherished for years and advertised and studied. I think he sees himself as being that guy, taking something that's just going to live forever and everyone's going to respect him for it.
Do it, Frank.
And then that's why he goes crazy, I think, because he thinks Frank's taking away his amazing legacy he's going to leave. Plus, he's a dick. There's a great comment someone made that he's the Jar Jar Binks of Dead Rising. I thought that was a pretty entertaining way to look at it. I think he's definitely someone you're kind of designed to hate. So here at Kindle, he's trying to throw a mutiny. And actually, when you go in your notebook, they have little short descriptions of all the survivors. Usually like, oh, I found them doing this, and this is their issue. Kindle's just says, a totally nice guy that'll never betray you. I came across that randomly because I was looking for something else. I thought it was pretty funny. I thought that there might be a photo opportunity for there, but I guess not. It seemed relevant since it's the photography scoop. They have this book here which doubles PP from photos. I really think they should have alternate ways to get the books because you have something like this where the game's kind of over at this point. And I don't know if maybe have like some kind of unlockable thing with the books or just maybe give an alternate way to find them. I'm a big fan for just putting more stuff in the safe room. Like, you put some weird some like skill challenge so that it's not something you unlock too easily. But that at this point, I've gotten all the achievements in this game nearly twice. I think I know what I'm doing. It'd be nice to have like that book from the beginning. Stuff like that. Like, one of the things about the Mega Buster... What is he doing? One of the things about the Mega Buster that is really awesome is not even the damage, but just the fact that you always have a gun on you for, like, detonating bombs or moving, like, killing things from range. It's pretty nice. Here I dip out because there's going to be a girl appearing in the city shop, but she can't spawn while I'm in that area. So we're going to dip back out and go find her. Just going to tell him to go stand over there, and he should be fine. One thing you can do, if there's a lot of zombies on a door, that they don't always spawn by the door if you come out of it, so to speak. Like if you're coming out of a loading transition. So you can enter it and come back out, and then that way it'll have cleared out the zombies around the door. It's not hugely relevant, because, like, it's not that hard to kill zombies if you're well equipped, but it is something to keep note of. So Simone's thing is she got bitten, and later on she'll ask for a gun, which it's something at least one other survivor does, and they use it to kill themselves. So I think they tried to set it up so it looks like she's going to maybe betray you later on, and that's why she wants the gun, but really she's just thanks. And that's all, and you just get a bunch of PP for free, like fulfilling that request. Nothing happens if you just let it time out. I think if there's enough interest, I'd love to go through and do some small little challenges as well. Like, what's the highest ranking photo you can take in the game? I think there's 2 or 3 photo books. Get all those. Probably you'd have to get one of those survivor shots, like when like a couple meets up, they'll hug, and there'll be like a PP thing. You'll need to get that. You'll need to get like a bunch of zombies in the background, and then maybe a PP sticker. Although I think a PP sticker actually limits how much PP you can get from a photo, which is really counterintuitive. I want to say like the most you can get is 1,200 with a PP sticker in there. For some reason it limits. I think they really wanted to make it so you can't like crazy level with PP stickers, and it seems like it almost was like some small idea that just never got updated and left in, because it doesn't really mesh with the rest of the game. Particularly, like, there's no real rationale behind where some of them are at. Some do make sense, like the clock tower. Okay, that makes sense. Other big monuments, that's fine. But some stuff, I don't get it. Like, it's just, oh, this is just a tent, or it's like a random thing. I don't see the point. It could have been a way where, since you know people are just going to look it up, then, oh, here's a way to show off all these neat little tidbits that had work done that people might not normally notice. Because they had to, I'm sure, animate and render all these like really small objects that are only in like one area of the game. And I mean, there's no reason to go look at the majority of those. But there's probably some guy out there who spent a lot of time making these parody products, and no one even gives him any thanks. I guess PB stickers might be just for like the fun of trying to find them all. I mean, some people might enjoy that, but it seemed like it'd be tedious for the average person, unless you're literally like making a guide. Here we need to go deal with Kindle. Basically, you just need to go and talk to him, and you'll stand down. If you don't, he will leave with all the people in this room, and then you will not get credit for them when you end the game. It doesn't strictly say that they die, but I think it's assumed that if you don't leave with Frank, you're not leaving, and the military eventually will just clean it up.
Serious? Not in a million years. Forget it. Serious?
The voice acting that goes on in the background when you're just in this, like, these rooms is
Not in a million years.
pretty crazy.
Not in a million years.
Like how we're just also ignoring the bomb threat. Like, yeah, we'll get to that. I mean, like we run out and like, a bomb, oh no. And then we don't do anything about it for, I think I want to say like maybe even 2 episodes from now. And even then I'll go like, oh, I'll get 2 bombs and I'll come back for the rest. It's kind of silly. Alright, this is Grant, and don't take your shot for granted.